Hey everybody, Rodman here. Thanks for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included. So, I did mention what my plans were for last episode, and I'm hoping to complete them this episode, or at least get a good chunk of them done. Our little sweepy doc is still sweeping to the best of his ability. Oh boy, is he ever tired. Wow. Bunch of researching, decorating doctors. Okay, Thimbleweed Seed, you're up. Toilet out of order. Why would that be? Oh, it's just because you're using it. Okay, so we did name our new duplicant Dayman. So here Dayman is. Actually, unfortunately, I watched him use the can. Yes, that's what happened. Okay. Up here, we are going to make the venting systems and then put in our beautiful hydrogen tanks. One thing I wanted to do for that is to dig away an area tank-sized. Oh yeah. This is a big tank-sized area. I think what I'm going to do is move this buddy butt over here and then drop the wall, run it across, and this will be the tank. And then the natural gas tank will go under it, where the salt water is currently being purged. Oh yeah. Purged is, purged sounds scary, but yeah, purged. Alright, over here, I want to put one little change in. The suggestion was, of course, that I have some sort of backup, for, extra water coming off the toilets and the like. That way I don't end up with the really unfortunate, nasty, toilet disabled because no water can be found. So I'm going to do that. That means... Actually, what is the temperature on here? You know what? I'll keep this. Alright. Speeding time up. Dennis Keith and Angel Leah. Ooh, really? Angel Leah. Why are you mad? That I have no idea. So, this gas pump here is just about ready to go. Of course, it is in its own isolated area, and once I have storage available, one of the advantages of a giant storage tank like this is, well, it's huge, right? That comes with its benefits. Being huge allows me to put a whole lot of material in there. And then over here, I'm probably going to do something akin to a liquid lock so that my old school style liquid lock, so that my my beautiful liquid doesn't go anywhere, right? I don't want it to bleed out or whatever. So we'll put a bottle emptier there, and that's my jam. Okay, over here, I was going to put in a liquid reservoir right here that will feed the water sieve, and everything previously coming into the water sieve will go into the liquid reservoir first. And that way, we don't have backups quite as easy. Yep, I am very excitedly just staring at the piping here. Okay, all of this water here probably needs to get emptied. I don't suspect it will ever be used up, so let's get that emptied. I'm going to toss in another Wheezewort here, just in case we need it or want it. And let's go ahead and start to flush out a new batch of water. Taking a look at our beautiful zero surface germs, zero germs water. Ah, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. So, yeah, as you can imagine, this entire giant amount of oxygen here is going to be a bit of a challenge to vacuum seal. There are different ways to vacuum seal, but I'm going to do it the lame way. What's the power on these? 240? Alright. It's going to be something like that. Yep. So we could draw 1,000 watts off of this power transformer, and I can always have another power transformer or 2. Yes, it's going to be messy, but you know, this is what it takes to have high capacity hydrogen storage, and I'm okay with that. And quite honestly, we're going to be doing the same exact thing for natural gas right under it. Skill point earned. Oh yeah, look at you go. Speaking of skill points, Dayman, let's give you an improved strength hat. Storbeck, give you an improved carry hat. And that's about it. That's all I wanted to do. Sounded like there was more lead up, but there wasn't. Alright, over here, let's go ahead and change the input. So it's going to be something like this. Oops, that's not right. Where we have a liquid bridge leading in. Done. And then we'll have another liquid bridge. From the other side, it doesn't even need a liquid bridge. It just needs to connect like that. Okay, and this, of course, let's do this as a high priority. Just because as it is in progress, there is room for a lot of failure. Okay, so there's a bit of salt water that needs removal. Alright, let's slow things down. And put another body on empty here. Or a bridge, whatever. And then feed it like that. So now we'll have extra little bit of storage. Actually, quite a lot. 5 tons of it. But storage that allows us to not have backed up sinks. Or backed up anything that runs off of liquid lines. So this protects these sinks. This protects this entire bathroom, lavatory, shower system. And then it also protects whatever is getting filtered through the pump. It's the pre-sieve reservoir. And it is fully operational. I'm just going to high priority sweep here, just so this stuff gets put away. So taking a look, you'll see as this is... Oh, good, you already finished that? You know, it doesn't really add any length to it, it just puts it temporarily in storage, so that, yeah, we don't have backups. And that's going to make water filtration actually a lot easier, to be honest. Alright. So now, we'll want heavy watt wires going down, but I'm going to cancel the wires that go literally straight into the transformers. And I'm going to have exposed wiring here, purposefully, so that I know to remove it, etc. We're going to want a wire bridge. Not a conductive wire bridge, just a regular wire bridge. There it is. Make it gold. And this is going to take a long time to vacuum seal. And then over here, we're going to want a wire bridge. It's honestly, way more capacity than I would need, but I like that. I like that. So, you know, if you're about to complain, that's so much storage, you're right. You're absolutely right. I don't disagree, like, not one iota. That's just how I roll sometimes. And instead of, like, cleaning up this here, I'm just going to literally drop the floor out so it stays clean. So that's cool. Taking a look over here, we've got this reservoir now processing lots of water. Right, my ranches are full. So I am actually just going to remove these incubators and disable them. Also, how did water get here? Oh, the pipe emptying? No, wasn't the pipe emptying. Was this... Had this... Steel? No, I actually am really not sure. I was going to say, oh, was there liquefiables? No, I really don't know. Sometimes I just don't know these things. They're not for me to know. Alright, the salt tank is starting to overflow, but the desalinator is still processing just fine. I'm sure this will bother some people. So, I'm going to set these up, like, very mathematically instead. For your pleasure, specifically. And you're welcome. I just predict that it would bug someone. Alright, so that is the hydrogen holding area. It is ridiculously large. Absolutely have no idea why I built it this large. Maybe I'll split it up. So, how big is this? This is 30, and then this is 29. Yeah, I could have this be natural gas and hydrogen. I don't need it to be both. Okay. Well, if that's the case, let's, 29, and then we can do a very messy wall here. So this will be 29, and then this will be 29 if I bump this one further. Of course, the airlock is going to be a little weird on this one. Because... No, it will be fine. Right, because this is 29 across. Yep. Alright, there we go. There's the holding tanks. There you go, everybody. My engineering genius. I say that with a laugh. Oh, and that's wrong. Oh, that's so wrong. Let's fix this. And fix it over here before I build that other side. I was like, why can't they get in? Well, yeah, because genius, they literally don't fit through one by one. Alright, so that's good. Printing pod. Muck root. Gross. Gross. Just digging, but you don't have strength. That's weird. You dig and operate, but you never build. You never cook. You operate, you dig, you decorate. You're not terrible, but I'm not ready to take on more dupes. I don't even know why I checked, right? I should just ignore that. And then below here, I've left enough room to keep digging. So here will be hydrogen and, well, probably hydrogen over here and natural gas over here, given how it's laid out. And let's get that ready. So let's put the ventilation pumps, the gas pumps. So there's 4 spots between each. Hopefully that For all the you that don't actually have clinical OCD, but like things orderly, hopefully this satisfies your craving for blood. Alright. So there's that. And now for the wires. We're going to want a wire bridge. Honestly, I shouldn't even... Let's just... No, I need that. Never mind. Alright. And one transformer is enough to power up 4 of these pumps, and then some. Just a little some, but then some. Okay, you guys are totally stranded. Let's fix that. And Muhammad is starving. Why? Oh, because they probably went... They're probably collecting stuff from way over here. Uh-oh. He's just about filled up. There's a little bit overhead. You tell him, Yoda. Yeah, you bark at that home intruder that just happens to be Mommy. Alright, here we go. We're gonna get the water filtered. Oh man, the amount of water I have is just obscene. I know I keep saying that I don't foresee large water projects in the future, and I really don't. I really, really don't. If I ever have to do... Here's a promise. If I ever have to do a large water project in the future, you have my promise that I will improve my water filtration. It's one of these things that I just don't expect to need to ever use again. And I do actually this time think it's true. Okay, so we'll mop this up, and then we're going to high priority sweep this up so it stops polluting. Because the sweepy dock is just... It's getting backed up, right? This little guy can't keep up. That's no insult. Honestly, I'm surprised that he's even trying, given that he's not paid by the hour. Alright, over here, what we want is... Let's just do crude oil. Enable auto bottle, put it to 9. Crude should be fine. This is not all that temperature sensitive, so... You know, the need for petroleum or something like that is not there, right? Okay, cool. Well, we have the holding tanks now. And if you're curious about volume, they're roughly... So one... I'll explain it like this. One of the gas reservoirs, right? Which, this takes up a 3x5, as you can see. 3 long, 5 wide, right? Well, it's hard to see it now. 1, 2, 5 by 3, right? This 5 by 3 thing, you know, if you calculate that, that's obviously 15. And then the total volume that it contains, if you scroll down here, here's a full one, is 150. Right? So that's 10 kilograms per square. If I high pressure vent an area, the high pressure vents cap out at, do I have an example of this? Yeah, here we go. High pressure vents cap out at 20 kilograms per tile, which means that not using the gas reservoirs doubles my gas storage capacity. Literally doubles. So it's very much in my best interest not to use gas reservoirs as a direct result, because they have half of the storage capacity. And then that's not even talking about other methods that we can use to other methods that we can use to... Oh, God, that's just a spinning cycle. To pressurize gas, right? You can use mechanical doors on cycle switches to forcibly pressurize gas. It's not something I'm intending to do, but, like, I'm just telling you it exists. Said technology exists. Alright, then the other thing we want is... Actually, probably two of these, because of the capacity of a line. So I'm going to put one here, 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 and here. And obviously we're going to be able to reclaim all of this, because once we are done, once we're done, you know, I get to break it all down. And this would be the giant project, the unified power grid thing that I was talking about. It looks like this. I guess I didn't... Well, whatever. It'll be the same everywhere. It's ugly, but hey, it's also temporary, guys. So you needn't fret too much. Alright, so it looks like that. We get to operation, dump out the air, and it looks like that. Alright, so instead of swooping this up, I am going to dig this out. Actually, this whole thing could be destroyed. Hold on one second. You get blown up. We're no longer pulling salt water from over here, so let's get that gone. And then, as an added benefit, put in the ladders. If I could, you know, click nicely, and I can't. And we are heading over to this edge, so a little bit further. And this will allow us to dig out everything, right? Cool. I do, of course, need some additional ladders over here, but this is a... Oh, let's leave that alone. This is a start. So ladder, 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 ladder. Alright, and then everything drops to the bottom floor, and our sweepy dock can grab it. Plumbing. This, too, can be removed. And I am going to prioritize one of these so that we can start pumping, because it's going to take a little bit of time for it to pump. And let's put this as a 6. And we definitely don't have enough oil in here as a liquid lock. But I'm eager, and I'm sure they'll get it done. Alright, and then once this is vacuum sealed, I can always... you know, filled up. You don't necessarily have to wait for it to be vacuum sealed. If I started dumping, let's say I'm dumping hydrogen into this vent, or into this, or hydrogen into here, the hydrogen is obviously going to collect at the top, so all I'd have to do is put the pumps at the bottom, and then filter out their inputs. That's a perfectly fine, maybe even better solution, but it's just not what I've embarked on, so I'm going to be stubborn and continue to do what I'm doing. But that's a perfectly viable solution as well. Building, yokel, operating, doctoring, digging, building. Ooh, digging, building, ranching, but mole hands? Ooh, okay. Ren. You're on, Ren. Ren, you are going to be working towards exosuit wearing. But the issue here is I only have one treadmill of doom. Oops, I'm scrolling right past it. Let me slow down time. I need a second treadmill of doom. Where can I put this thing? I'm going to put them over here, actually. So manual doors. And then power. Oh, you know, I'll have to nudge them over a little bit. But, yeah. There we go. That's the treadmills of doom. I might even want more than that if the original character that I added most recently is not particularly skilled. I think we have a spill, guys. All right, let's start processing the water that's. Oh boy! Can't I even mop it? No, it's too much liquid. And that's where all this water was coming from. Mystery solved. Oh, fries in pain. Alright, one of the things I could do here is if we're staring at this... Well, that only really helps one of them. Alright, I could always have these stare at each other. That's fine. And pneumatic door. Tile. Or actually, move you over. Because, you know, just because they're staring at something ugly, it doesn't mean it has to be ugly. And a third manual generator. Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? We only really have two new guys. So this is fine. This is fine. Alright, so this is going to be a 6. And whatever happened up here. We are frighteningly close, but I do have some unreachable build. Ladder? Where'd you go? That was really weird. Like ladder tool disappeared. Alright, so this is back to 7s. Get that built. And then we can start pumping once the oil is added. There's plenty of oil to pitcher pump from, so they just need to do it. So as a little reminder, of course, Dayman and Ren are the ones going to be running. So once this is fully built and decorated, Dayman and Ren are going to... Do I even have enough gold for this? Probably not. Dayman and Ren are the ones going to be running. Let's get some more gold. Building a Tumen. Deodorizer. Okay, we are almost swept out here. Man, this sweeping has been taking a while because it's such a labyrinth maze. Okay, I'm going to set these to 6s just so that we can get this done. So I do have 12 duplicates now, and what that means is I'm eligible for one of the victories. I'm eligible for the Home Sweet Home victory. You know, if that was a thing. That only really took me 32 hours. Oh boy, that is just pathetic. But you know, hey, this isn't a tutorial series, it's just me playing. Alright, so we're finally making room for the fresh water that's in this loop system. And no, I'm not going to improve this at all. It's because we... If you're wondering why I backed up, it is because I I bottle dumped 429 cycles worth of stored water into a system that was not made for that kind of peak. Will that happen again? Maybe, but you know, I think it was just, I suspect it would take another 400 cycles of printer pod printing out, you know, stuff for me to be in that situation. Yeah, I could be wrong, of course, but that's my feeling. So another way to do, okay, and how about we stop using this for a bit? Another way to do this project here, if you were wondering, is just to fill it up with blocks and then remove the blocks once you have the liquid lock. Because once you remove a block creates vacuum. So if you didn't want to use pumps or anything like that, you could do it powerlessly. It would just take a bit. Well, this is about to be enormously, unusually, terribly complicated. Just my kind of fix. I break something straightforward, so I have a unbelievably complex system to fix it. Oh, yes. That's my jam. Right, because the water's simply just too deep to, the water's too deep to just, you know, mop. So we are going to do this now. Alright, let's complete this up. Actually, this should be 8s. I want it done before the, before this project. Oh, and it looks like we got the water, or the liquid. Let's see, there's plenty of crude oil at the top there. So this is ready to go. If this is ready to go, all we need to do here is plug it in, and we'll give this an 8 as well. And then this bottle emptier is going to be crude oil. Auto bottling crude oil. Alright, so now the liquid that's in this puddle goes back into the loop system. What's wrong with this water here? Oh, it's all cycling out. Okay, yeah, no, actually, nothing is wrong. This is exactly how it's supposed to operate. And we did get all the liquid that was by the pump done, so I'm going to put brine, polluted, salt, and regular back. I did just run out of power, though. I'm guessing this is a unified brownout? Yep, it's a brownout. It's a brownout because I simply ran out of hydrogen. Alright, let's tap this for some hydrogen. And then stop making gold. Make some steel, which requires lime, which requires fossils, which requires digging. Because the steel is going to provide heat. So let's dig this up. This is going to be a higher priority project because I really need I need power in the base, and this is exactly the reason for the unified power grid thing. Oops, that's not what I meant to click. Is that without the ability to store a lot more, and obviously these pumps are not helping, right? You know, they're drawing a lot of unnecessary power. And once I'm able to mop this, I can stop this pump too. Not that that pump's drawing a lot of power either. If I really wanted to generate more hydrogen, I could enable these high-pressure vents, let a lot of my pent-up oxygen go free, and that would allow my electrolyzers not to get backed up. Uses more water. It's an inefficient use of water, with the benefit of it it produces more power. Okay, so this is not what I wanted. You guys do not belong here. This door is going to be for... Dayman and Ren can enter. Everyone else can just leave. I just don't want them to get stuck, right? Alright, and these are going to be set to 9s. And then this down here is going to be disabled. Actually, it's going to be broken down for scrap. It's very, very ugly. The reason why I moved it up here is this, this up here, is still ugly. But it's prettier and it's not super, I don't know. There's no supporting this, it's just ugly. But it's a core of negative, for them, -2, -2, -10, something like that, opposed to -200. So it's less ugly. And then priorities, one of the reasons why he's not here running on it is he thinks he's wanted elsewhere. That is simply not true. So there's our treadmill runners. You know, I'm not even going to have them toggle or anything. No life support, no attack, just operate. Just run those mills, get your athletics up. Oh, glad I looked over here in time. No more of that. Oh, perfect, it's the same level. 110, 110. Alright, so the oil levels are identical. Let's go and sweep this up. And obviously this storage area is getting really ready for natural gas. We'll put natural gas in here once it's ready and done. Printables, copper. Was that refined copper? Doctoring. Yeah. I'm not at the moment going to print another dupe. I have no bedrooms. Let's let it purify a little bit. We're not at moppable levels yet. But our hydrogen did go up. A lot of this is just because I tapped this hydrogen, and that source is not going to be around for very much longer. So the reason this isn't working is there's literally no space to store this water, but that's fine. We'll just let it cycle. It would make sense to keep this on a switch in the cases of this, where like it's just cycling and we don't need that pump just like drawing power forever. So I guess I could toss a switch here. I mean, it's a really straightforward switch. It looks something like that. Alright, so power, or construct 8. Get that built. Are we moppable yet? Nope. Alright, now when it's just on its, like, infinite loop cycling, I can flick that off and it saves a little bit of power. Not much, but a little. Alright, so it does seem like because we're back to making steel, our steam's getting hot enough to run this generator, which is helping with our power lackage. Why are you... Oh, you're overheating because of the temperature. Yeah, okay. It's not... Alright, let me pause for a second. It's not overheating because it's hot. It's overheating because it's, like, in vacuum. And in vacuum, it has no way to dissipate its heat. Let's disable auto repair because my hope is that this oxygen here... Oh, it's gone. Alright, so now we could just deconstruct everything here. That actually didn't take too long. I really thought that was going to take longer, but it did not. And I'm pleased by that. So let's deconstruct the stuff here. And now we have a nice big box of vacuum. That sounds strange to say, but we have a nice big box of vacuum. And this power transformer, I'm going to move physically because it's just, this is just going to get damaged. I guess I didn't think about that. I'll put them here instead. Which means all these... Well, these wires can stay. But let's get a... Yeah, this is going to overheat itself to death. So dramatic. Alright, in here, we are going to want to store this lovely natural gas. I don't believe that there's anything... Yeah, there's really nothing that can come off of this that is not natural gas, so I don't need to filter it. Famous last words, but yeah, I don't think I need to filter it. So let's gas bridge this. Because this is... I don't even know what this line is for, but let's not mess with it. So let's gas bridge this over here. And stick that in there. All right, looking gnarly. Priorities, construction 8. And then this power line is just going to look something like this. And that will help to vacuum out the other side. And then here, I honestly can just remove this. Which is nutty, but I can. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't. Hold on, no, because the oil refinery. Okay, there we go. And I can use it as a loop back to send this natural gas somewhere. So this is disabled. Yeah, this is disabled. So let me break that like this, and then we'll send this natural gas up the line instead. So we're basically just going to reverse these here. And send this natural gas up to the storage tank. So here I could get rid of that, though. All of this I can scrap. Which means also being able to scrap this. Is this moppable? Nope, not yet. But we have room for water filtration. Man, look at that pool. That is a big pool. Okay, so this is ready for me to re-enable, and this is what? Dormant, but we'll get a little bit of natural gas started. a little bit of natural gas. All right, let's go ahead and disable these vents. I burned through enough. We have a little bit of stored reservoir stuff. Down here... Oh, yep, you just grabbed the last of the fossils. Perfect. I was literally checking on that. Here's our runners. Generating power for food. Speaking of food, my fried mushroom's a little low. I might need to prioritize mushroom farming, but I'm not worried yet. So now that this is disabled by auto... Oh, right, because I have this too high. 500 grams. Oh, nope, that's not 500, but 500 grams. So now natural gas comes down, and we'll dump into this big pool. Nice. Very nice. And then we can have natural gas power generation, we can have hydrogen power generation, and I won't need to worry about volume. So this line here did get cut, but I did that on purpose. Let's do a ventilation line, insulate it, and then down here, we wanted to flip these gas bridges up and up. And then over here on this output, like that. I'm going to construct this right away. At the end of this, the last thing I want in this episode is to at least start a pool of, yeah, here it is, natural gas. Let's then sweep this at 8. Get this all nice and tidied. So it's a beautiful trough of natural gas. And I'll get rid of these ladders. I don't need them. Yes. Bring on the gas. And just to confirm, there's nothing else in here. No, there's literally nothing else here but natural gas. So I don't need a filter. There's, like, not a physical way that that could become contaminated. Which is good. And then down here, with these ventilation lines, as soon as this is done, these tanks then empty up to top, and then I can reclaim this material and remove this line here. Alright. Oh, there's oxygen that got in the wrong lines. Oh well, that's going to do a little bit of damage. How much? 0 kilograms, 0. So there's not a lot of oxygen that got in. It's enough to do a little damage to the hydrogen generators, but oh well. C'est la vie. Alright, come on guys. These are 9s. Is there anything else that's that high? I don't think so. Let's get this going. And new printables, going for the non-dupe. I guess is eggs. I'm not even looking at dupes right now. It could be literally golden dupes. I don't really care. I'm just going to be printing out whatever is not. So now, this needs a direction, doesn't it? Ventilation, gas bridge. Alright, get that built. know I'm running a little over time, but it's one of these projects that I really, really, really wanted to get done. All right, and then over here we'll get disable this. We'll get this swept up, and then this will just be our natural gas holdings. And as you can see, I do have this disabled by automation grid, so. Why is this not going? Oh, because this is reversed. That was never the problem up there. Okay, so that gas bridge and this gas bridge needs to get reversed. I forgot about that. Over here, forget this gas bridge. And reverse these. Oh, darn it. 1 and 2 and done. And I'll continue this until these bad boys empty out. So you're going to get a little bit of a longer episode. How's my temperature over here? Beautiful. The Weezewarts obviously have super frozen the space between here and here, right? So the heat from this hydrogen vent is in no way affecting our branches. And because the Weezewarts are far enough away that the heat, the cool effect from it is not like ruining the ranch, right? It's actually a pretty temperate temperature. Except for this buddy bud. What is going on here? It's probably too cold. Yep, it's too cold. Sorry, Weezewart, you gotta go. You gotta go. Alright, liquid mini pump has done its job. And now there's room to mop. This is, of course, all the natural gas that I wanted to send up. First tank is completely emptied. And I can reclaim it for its material, which is gold amalgam. And it's all getting stored here. Obviously, I mean, that's the whole purpose of the project. Alright, now that the pump is gone, I can remove these plumbing lines. That was solving the temporary problem that I had. And I probably have power as well. Done. So that we don't have wet feet, I'm going to set this to now the new 9. And Ren, you're idle? That doesn't seem possible considering that all you have to do is run on a wheel. Like, you literally can't be idle. Just chit-chat with your friend and run that wheel. Look at that. Mm-hmm. High quality natural gas. And the second tank is dumped. So this is also a really handy thing to do if you are low on metals, because this natural gas storage is almost entirely stone, right? Almost entirely stone. Whereas, you know, my previous, like, if you take a look at hydrogen, this is all metal. And I'm going to be able to reclaim all of that metal, which is a lot. It's a lot of metal. All right, priority 7. We'll get this pumped out now. And skill point earned. Damien, there you go. You're still going to be on that wheel, but you've been promoted to slightly better athletics. And now this is totally dumped. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a buried object. Okay. I thought the volcano that was there was breaking through. I can hear it's active or whatever, but it's, you know, not uncovered, so it's not a threat. All right, so now our natural gas, when we make it, I don't really need all these bridges, but or this bridge specifically, but when we make it, it then from here, set this to 500 just to show you, then it also flows up to the natural gas storage. Right, perfect. Just how we want it. And this is actually a pretty fair amount of natural gas. All of the hydrogen storage looks ready to go. All it is waiting for is me to enable, and then we're all set there. And that, I guess, as promised, wraps us up a bit, I suppose. So I'll pause that there. Here is the start of the unified power grid, where we'll have natural gas, hydrogen, maybe I'll store other gases, I'm not really sure. It doesn't really have a lot of purpose, but if I wanted to, I could. And then beneath it will be power stations for this specific element that they serve. So we'll have a power station for natural gas, which has different requirements than a power station for hydrogen. Hydrogen is a little bit easier, but of course I did mention that natural gas here produces polluted water and carbon dioxide. It leaks everywhere, right? All of the power stations will have very, very different demands. But there you have it. That is the very, very, very start of storing high pressure. And in the distant future, I can also perhaps take some of that gas and cool it to a liquid, right? You can have liquid hydrogen instead of gaseous hydrogen, and it's a lot more dense that way. But at least we have a place to store a whole lot of it. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you all next episode. Farewell.